Ah, never ceases to amaze me, that woman.
Are all these episodes going to start with us just talking about this lady? This
Last week's got a
lady.
great review.
Yeah, it did actually.
Hmm.
She's a
It's
lovely
simply,
lady.
oh, I think. Have you talked to her before? I have.
Yeah, no, she's lovely. She really gets me, you know?
She does. She's
Like
very
we've really
simple with her
connected.
words too.
Doesn't fuck around.
She's
Why
really
say many
direct.
word? Why say many word when few word do trick?
The words are wording for me.
The words are wording. This is also my fourth week
Ah,
in a row with a cough. So here we go.
That's the play of the game. That is the play of the game. Time!
From the impossible angle, and he puts it through, and Portly.
Danger, 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 danger. Butler, 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 Butler.
Get around him! Get around him! Edge of the seat.
JC, we're back. Episode 11. Yes, it's 11.
Yes.
We're back.
11.
How are we?
Great. Exhausted, but great. Really good.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us why you're exhausted?
Not really. I'll say I had a bigger night than I usually do on a Saturday. And then I was out all day and kind of just got home and I'm like, oh, it's hit and miss. You know, you're doing those drive home where you're kind of just like, maybe if I just close my eyes for just a second.
I did that.
It's one of those.
Yeah, the drive. I think I've told this to you before, but the drive home from Formula One,
Yep.
it just smacked me in the face.
Yep.
And as soon as I thought I was about to fall asleep,
Yep.
I'm either killing 4 people or I'm pulling over.
All over. Yeah, it's when those blinks get just slightly too long, like just a little bit, and you're like, oh, gotta
When you
go.
start hallucinating and seeing other things, it's just, why is there a tree in front of me? Oh no, there's actually a tree in front of me.
Shit.
Oh my Tassie timber wood. Um, but no, everyone, welcome to the Glass Table, episode 11. We've had a big weekend. We are here to talk about what was a pretty average weekend of footy.
Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks in a row now of just not amazing stuff,
Mm,
to be honest.
I don't have any reason for it. I think we're getting to that stage of the year with the team just starting to
Yeah.
separate. I
Yeah,
think,
it's that middle portion of the year.
yeah, it's just one of those things where you just have to cop it because around the corner will be 14, 15, 16 rounds in, and then you'll be like, well, footy's nearly done.
And then you get sad.
And then you get sad, and then you go through it all again.
Yeah.
We're really just not in a good shape, are we?
No, we're in an awful spot, but it's fine because we can manage to force our way through this and just we'll be right. We'll pick up. We always pick up by the time stupid sexy rolls around, so we'll be right. No
People
worries at
love
all.
that segment. People
I love
really
it
love
more
that.
than anything. Like
It's weird. And we've got a special edition in this week's episode,
we
but
do.
we'll get to that in a second. We'll always kick it off. I think I'm going to kick it off again with Coaches Award.
Coaches Award. Yeah, okay. This one I think I already had a Fremantle player before. I'm going with another Fremantle player.
Oh yes.
Because it actually started playing okay football. And this is one that he's not like bad at all. He's like actually, lifting himself up. Lockie Schultz, kick
Oh,
4 against the Swans, huge, was
Mm.
massive. And he's very good. He's just a good footballer, Lockie Schultz. And he did really well for my fantasy, so I think that really boosted my like knowledge, my love of him is the fact that he was pretty good on my fantasy team. So
that's when you know you really do like someone, is when they perform in your team.
yeah, that was all I
So it
needed.
actually really is a Coaches Award.
Yeah, that's quite literally me being the coach, giving him an award for doing well.
Oh, well, I like Schultz. I really like him.
So do I. I really like him.
He's got a more likable. It's like a likable Hayden Ballantyne.
I was just about to say, you about to say he's a likable Hayden Valentine? Because yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he's a likable Hayden Ballantyne. He doesn't
Any
do
small
the.
forward from Freo is now a likable Hayden Valentine.
Yeah. Well, who was the one before? No, he was the one that came after Hayden Ballantyne, I think. I don't think I had one in between.
Nah, not like a small forward. They've got like Walters is like a not small
Oh, yeah,
forward, but
Walters.
he's not like a small forward though. But yeah, I mean he's like a genuine small forward. So yeah, I like it.
Frederick.
Same
Frederick's
Swikowski.
there. Oh, yeah. Switter.
I think
Personal.
he's the Freo that I think I had Swikowski maybe. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'm losing my fucking mind. I don't know.
You know, watching this live is very funny. When people listen to this back, they're like, oh, he's listening to his mind. Seeing you live right now is genuinely, I can see it in the eyes.
Rocks in the brain, mate.
Shake those rocks.
Oh,
Dwayne
God.
the rocks. Yeah, let's do round 9.
Let's do round 9.
Because round 9 was exceptionally interesting. Actually, Friday night football, I'll kick it off straight away. Richmond Geelong. I
Yeah.
called this at 4:13
You
p.m.
did. Yeah.
and I got the message back of, I can't remember what you sent back, but it was very funny.
I said it was something along the lines of, now why
And
would
then
you think that?
Yeah, or and then something like Christmas miracle would need to happen.
Yeah.
And it
Fair
happened.
play. Fair play to you. Yeah, that's
Thank you.
weird. It's a really weird result.
Hmm.
I can't even explain that. Like, I was playing at the time, so I came out and it was the last quarter, and Richmond were just killing them, and I was like, oh, okay. Like Jezza hadn't kicked a goal, and I was like, what is going on? What's happened here?
It was a real, I don't know how to put it. Geelong just didn't kick straight. And,
Yeah.
Kicking goals is actually what wins games of footies,
More goals.
How many times do I have to say it? The big sticks. The big
Use
sticks.
'em.
You know what they are? They're the ones that in between them gives you 6 points. Big
That's a lot
sticks
more
for
than one.
6.
6 points is a lot more than 1 point.
That's 5 more. That's
A
5
lot
more
of points.
on your scoreboard. Instead of doing it 6 times, you can do it once. In the goals. The big
Goals.
sticks. Yeah. I like goal kicking. In the end, they kicked 11 goals, 12 to 16-6. So they had pretty much the same scoring shots.
Yeah.
There's a difference, 4 goals.
Yep, there it is. That's all you needed.
Richmond of old, it was.
Yeah,
was-
and all the old boys came back and did a little victory lap. Watch.
Cochin
Dusty.
kicking 3.
Yep. Dusty.
Dusty 4.
Yeah.
Rewalt
Huge.
2. Ryan Mansell,
was-
who's always good for a
watch.
goal.
Ryan Mansell's such a player. He's one of the players. He's one of the players of all time. Ryan Mansell.
Daniel Rioli played on one leg for a half.
And he still had 23 and a goal.
He was very good in the first half, actually.
He's very good. He's a very good
Jack
footballer.
Graham, Prestia kicked 1. Judson Clarke, who people have questioned to have a face that is not likable.
Yeah. I agree with that sentiment. I'll agree.
Judson's such a weird name.
Yeah, because it's not Justin and it's
And
not
it's not Hudson.
Hudson. It's not Justin, it's not Hudson, so it's Justin.
Oh, who did I tell? I told someone that it's like when they were typing it out on the birth certificate, they accidentally hit the J instead of the H.
I'm looking at my keyboard right now. I can see them next to each other, and it's just now it's all I'm gonna think.
Now just think of any word that starts with H and replace it with J. Hat, jat, has, jazz,
Hudson?
Judson.
Oh, what a name. Oh, it's incredible.
That was very
Really
Judson, Hudson.
Someone needs to ask him or ask his parents.
Oh, I'd love to see their thought process.
I would like it. I think it would be really funny if his parents' names were like Justine and Hudson, and they just really not creative and went, fuck it. Let's chuck them together.
My name's Justine. It's not Justin, it's Justine.
Oh shit! I need to do some research. That's what I'm doing after this. I'm researching what Judson Clarke's parents' names are. Oh man!
I did not think that game was going to take that turn.
I was gonna
but it
say
did.
we really dragged that game out. That's funny.
The corresponding game that was happening at the same time was just something that shouldn't have been broadcasted, nor
I
anything alive.
have a question about this game.
Mm.
Did anybody watch it?
No.
Like, I would like to see the viewership statistics on the West Coast versus Gold Coast because I reckon it'd be about 3 people in the country.
None of the
I didn't watch
parents, none of the family members, the players that are playing, not even the club staff.
They were sinking piss. It's Friday night. Come on.
You know, the 3
Okay.
people that were watching it were just actually the little screens around the stadium.
Yeah, the monitors they have at each other.
Yeah. Just like, oh, I'm watching the game there. So anyone outside of Optus was not watching that game.
No. I've got nothing about this game except Matt Real had 29 a goal and 17 tackles after eating grass last week. So good
It
on him.
seems to be working.
I think it does work. I also think Matt Real is really underrated right now. I don't know if this is
correct.
like a weird take because I remember when Matt Real first got drafted and obviously his first 3 games where he had those unbelievable games and it was like he's the second coming. And then he obviously got injured and stuff and then he hasn't like hit those to heights again. But I think he's ticking along and people just are not really focusing on the fact that he's actually playing really well. Like everyone's talking about like Noah Anderson and Took Miller when he's there and Jared Whitson, Ben King. And it's like Matt Real is now somehow underrated, even though he used to be like the most hyped man on the planet. It's really weird.
It's ever since he ate grass that he's actually come into the talking point.
Now people are like, oh, wait, Matt Real's good.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he's had 17 tackles. Someone actually said something the other day. It was like, he's had 17 tackles because he likes taking people to the grass. Like,
Takes a mouthful on the way through.
just mental image of that. Of him just,
Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, shit.
Why? Why?
This is ridiculous.
Oh, God. That's just. Other than that, there's nothing else that happened in this game.
No, not at all.
But
Oh, man.
I'm very happy for Gold Coast. Also, I've just come up with a list. There's actually different types of grass in the world.
Yep.
And I just wanted to pick out a couple. So obviously there's buffalo grass. So this is the stuff you see growing, and I'm assuming
Yep.
buffalo eat it. There's a Scotch grass, which I assume is the alcoholic.
Yeah.
This one I love. Now, this one I generally think
Okay.
is fantastic. There's a grass called lawn grass.
No fucking shit. How fucking descriptive. Yeah, man. Fucking awesome. Lawn grass gives you so much to work with. Fucking yeah. Sick. Fucking go lawn grass. Fucking Jesus. Fucking give me a bit of AstroTurf. I don't give a fuck. Just give me anything. Fine.
Oh, that's. I'm getting off that topic because I'm sick of it. Saturday, because
Sydney
that's
Freo.
Sydney Freo. Oh, Freo are back.
Yeah, what's going on here? Why Freo okay?
I don't know. Obviously got a good win last week, and now this week they've come in against a Swans outfit that were looking to bounce back, and then they didn't really bounce back. They sort of just bounced back down the ladder.
There was a couple games this weekend that kind of like I played like elimination final kind of vibes. Like this is one of them, and then there's one coming up that we'll talk about in like 4 games time. There's like a couple games where it's like if you're one of these 2 teams, you want to win to keep these sort of finals hopes like in a little sense kind of thing. Sydney losing this could really hurt them like a lot. Because I'm still on like the whole Sydney will be fine. They're just going to build and whatever. They've got a lot of injuries to be fair, Sydney. So I'm still on like the whole Sydney are going to be fine. But now they're losing a lot of games, and I'm like, maybe they're not going to be fine.
Well, this is the thing, and I don't know what it is. I genuinely think that ever since losing to Port at home, It's just changed their whole mentality.
Well, that's the thing, especially in that game as well. They lost both of the Carlton brothers.
Mm.
And like that, just that one game alone, the injuries and the way it ended have like derailed what
they're
Sydney had
gone.
gone for.
I think they're done.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think they needed to win this, especially at home. And he like 17 points, I think, is actually like that looks good for them because I don't think they were 17 points like worse. I think they were a lot more worse than this. Like I think Freo kind of just took the foot off the gas, but let them just kind of roll back in a bit.
Yeah, no, I think they just sort of kept them at that arm's length sort of deal. They play North next week. I've just seen you just slapping air.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Stiff arm, little kid, little Sydney bloke just in the corner, just swinging away. I can't get Luke Jackson. I can't catch him. Why is Lockie Schultz running away from me? Why can't Buddy not play on in the goal square?
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, poor kid. So Adelaide was it last week, and this week Sydney's
This
our little
week,
kid.
Sydney. Just the arms length, brother. Nowhere near him.
Arm's length, short of length in the salmon area, sneaking him off your trot. They play North next week, Sydney, so I think they should be okay.
Imagine if they lose to North.
Oh, do not put that in the Twitter sphere or the atmosphere or any kind of sphere.
That'd
No.
be funny though. Imagine the meltdown.
It is at
I'm looking
Marvel.
at you, Jackson. I'm looking at you. The meltdown.
Oh my God. There'd
The
be so many
meltdown that-
capital letters.
Oh man.
There's going to be swear
Jack, I'm
words.
sorry. Jack, I'm sorry, but if Sydney lose, it's probably going to be really funny.
Probably.
It will be unbelievably funny.
Guaranteed to be funny. Actually, just quickly, when I did say Luke Jackson, boy, that bloke looked powerful.
Yeah, he's starting to come into it a little bit, isn't he? Well, the last 2 weeks, he's got a bit of form back now. It's like, maybe he'll be okay, Luke. He was always going to be fine, but he's building.
He was always going to be fine, but the way he played on the weekend, it was just, man that likes to get his hands dirty type business.
That's that 800K money right there.
Yeah.
That's what they paid for.
You put that 3 goals, 1 or whatever you kicked on the weekend, mate. You do that weekly. Yeah, 800K is going to go up a bit more, isn't it, brother? You interesting unit. He has a look about him as well that's almost like, I'm going to eat you.
Yeah, no, he's got a big eat me vibe. Like he's got a big like could really just grab my head in between his hands and just squish me. Like
Just squeeze the brain out of you.
Cobra clutch me. Just absolutely just finish me off. That sounds mental. Oh my God.
A few moments later.
A few hours later.
Oh. Oh.
Fuck. Oh fuck.
Oh no.
This guy. Holy shit. Oh my God. Fucking Christ. Don't know.
Oh my God. That has hurt my ribs.
That has to be. Like, I've said a lot of weird shit on this podcast. That's got to be the number one.
I feel sorry for your brain.
I went fucking saturated Tim Taranto last week, and now I've gone fucking finished me off Luke Jackson. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you can quote me on that. That is all right. North v Port.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched it, but I didn't.
I did watch it actually. It was exactly how you'd expect this game to be. Like it's that just Port got out to a lead and then just we're never gonna even get close the other way. Like it was just how it was. Yeah, just always gonna be that kind of day. Tassie, they had no one there.
No.
There's no one in the stadium at all. Horn Francis played well just because it's just what he's doing these days. But Zach Butters was really good. He's fucking turning it up.
He might be one of the more informed players of the comp at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
really spreading his talent right across the board.
Oh, because of Butter. Yeah.
See, I use my brain for smart, not to get finished off.
Oh boy, what a game.
Yeah, 70 points, pretty happy. Port got the percentage up. I'm pretty pleased with that. We're now in the top 4.
Look at that.
6 on the trot. We haven't had a win streak like that since 2014, if I'm correct.
That was the year. Was that the Hawthorn? Yeah, that was
Heartbreaking Hawthorn prelim.
Yeah. That was a good year, but that was an unreal what I led year there.
That was probably the most fun I've had watching.
I was going to say
football.
they were the most likable team in the league in 2014 because they were just so fun. Like they were just a fun team to have around.
And it didn't matter if we got, like, I think we had once or twice, we lost by 20, 30 points and never really looked like winning. I think there was one game we played Geelong down in Geelong. We were down by 60 points and we still made it fun.
Yeah. This is just vibes. Good vibes, that Port LA team.
Bring it back to 2014. Yeah.
It's not. I think we finished bottom that year. Yeah, it's fine.
I didn't really ask about where you were.
I said, let's not bring 2014 back.
I want to talk about Port, not your mob. Your mob are coming up, all right? Chill.
I don't want to talk about my mob either.
Well, I want to talk about my mob. All right? You think about Luke Jackson and all the shit that's going on over there, and I'll keep talking about how Travis Boak kicked the goal from a boundary line because people say he can't take a set shot. Shot. That was okie pokey good.
Yep.
Okie and bulky. Well done, Trav. 70 points. Nothing more to say about that.
No.
We played the D's next week on a Friday night. Now, it's coming from me, the biggest Port fan you'll know. But this could announce us as a premiership contender if we win this game.
Well, yeah, you have to beat. I think to be in that premiership contention thing, you have to beat Melbourne or Collingwood. I think are the two teams you have to beat to be like premiership contenders, and that's like so you beat Melbourne. Game on.
Just the thought process, and we're gonna have to do it without Todd Marshall and Charlie Dixon because Todd's got a soft head, and Dixon just I don't know. That man's just a freak and just gets injured all the time.
Every single time. Oh, get that.
Oh, Ollie Lord, Hawthorn lost to the D's at the MCG.
This was a nothing game.
54. Oh, it was dreadful. There was no one there. You spoke about how Bloodstone had no one. There was no one at the G. JT.
Melbourne and Hawthorn are two of the and St Kilda and North Melbourne, but like Melbourne and Hawthorn, they've got all their home games at the G, but like they just never get anyone. Like it always looks worse because the G is such a big thing, and like Hawthorn Melbourne 440 on a Saturday is never going to get anybody there. So rough. This should have been a lot worse than it was, but then Hawks kicked like 3 in a row at the start of the second half, and it was like
game on.
And then Melbourne just were like, no, just took piss.
Did you see that Carl Amon tried to take Mark of the Year?
Yes, I did.
He's never jumped like that in his life.
Don't know where that came from.
All of a sudden, he's decided that he's got springs.
He could just do it.
Didn't do it at Port. Amon took off. But I noticed that the D's had half their team kick goals.
Yeah, and I
I
find it
think
really
that's
funny.
goal kick.
Hawthorn kicked 5 goals in the third quarter, and they kicked 7 total. That's just really funny to me. I don't know why. Like that shouldn't be happening. Also, this
Yeah.
game, I don't know. Like this doesn't really get spoken about, but I mentioned it. A score of 11, as in like being on 11 at any point in a game, is really hard to do. And Melbourne did it, and it looked really cool. So they keep 1-5, and they're on 11, and I was like, "Wow, you never see that."
One of the more obscure things is just seeing weird scores. Do you know
Yeah.
what gets me? Like when you see a team on 13, you're like, oh, 2 goals, 1. It really amuses me when it's 1 goal, 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
That is
I
my
would just
favorite.
really enjoy that.
Yeah, and like when they're on 5 or when they're on 11, really funny.
Yeah, like it's
Really funny.
You had chances, but you stuffed it.
You've had a lot of the ball, but it's just really funny to see. So yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing I took out of this game. Quite literally the only thing I took out of this game.
Oh, I forgot to add up the scores too for the whole round, which
Yeah,
I forgot. Ah, well, it doesn't matter. I don't really give shit, to be honest. There was
there was a lot of big scores.
There was only 2 games where the winning team didn't kick over 100.
Yeah, and then so there was a 17-point win and a 20-point win, and then everything else was 4 goals or more.
Interesting.
And there was like a lot of like 50s, and it was
The Saturday night was shit.
Yep.
Brisbane, Essendon, 42 points. Brisbane were pretty much carried by Joe Danaher.
Joey Danaher took no prisoners against his old team.
Oh, he
Huge.
did not.
Huge.
That was very impressive, actually, because it was a very boring first half.
I can't say I watched it. So I wouldn't know, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay, thanks. I sat there and watched both of these games with the same screen.
I just saw that. Yuck.
It was the Dogs Carlton game, which actually no, we'll just quickly on Essendon. I think their little run at the beginning is now over. They're back to reality and probably won't do much more for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think they're going to hover around that sort of 10th-ish spot, which is unfortunate because I thought they were okay, but oh well.
It's all right. Brisbane, very good. Impressed. I think they're up there as part of that potential contender bracket.
Brisbane have done like the opposite. Brisbane started poorly and everyone was like, are they going to be good? And then they've kind of they've built and now they're good. They're very good.
Carlton, Western Bulldogs. Now I'm going to steal, because the Dogs won by 20. I'm going to steal something from your vocabulary. Carlton, bad.
Carlton, bad.
You're shit. Actually, I don't mean that. But no, genuinely, when you got 2 of the reigning Coleman medalists and you sent the tweet out, and I was glad you did because I was thinking it.
Yep.
And you kick 1 goal halfway.
1 goal and a half footy.
That's disgusting. No, come on, Carlton. We back you in. We love you. We want to see you do something special. And you give us this gripe. And you were leading halfway through the last quarter.
I was going to say Carlton got the lead back and then lost it again. Okay. I'm getting serious now. By serious, I mean I'm actually using a footy brain.
Okay.
At any
the floor
point
is yours.
Some form. There is something structurally and built into Carlton that is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously not the players. They have a Brownlow medalist, the reigning 2 Coleman medalists. They have all Australian defenders. They got Wittering, they've got Young. They have the people for it, 100%. You could blame Voss and think that it's his fault. And I think the game plan with Voss is a little bit weird, and I don't blame people for being upset, so that's fine as well. There is something wrong, though, because he's not the only coach that's had this issue. Teague's had the issue. Bolt's had the issue. It's been an issue. There is something structurally and built into this football club that makes it not work. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how they're going to figure it out. But somewhere at the basis level of this football club, Carlton just cannot seem to get over this, whatever this is. Every time they're even slightly good and slightly rated, they just go straight back down again.
Oh, it's not a physical thing.
It's not the personnel, anything. It's a mental block in this football club It's something to do with the culture. It's some form of something at Carlton that makes them just they can't get over it, and I don't know what's going on.
It's concerning, and I'm glad we use it as a serious thing because genuinely, I do want to see this club actually contend because the caliber they've got is second to none. I would trade half of
Unbelievable.
Port's list to get 3 of these players. Give me
Literally.
Cripps, give me Kerno, give me Walsh, give me Wiedering. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just give me one of those. I'm taking it. But
Yeah.
they just don't know how to win a crucial game of football.
And Carlton fans themselves deserve to see success because they are so loyal to this football club. Like, they sold this game out. They played like absolute shit against Brisbane last week, and they sold out a game against the Dogs. Like, they will go week in and week out to this football club and watch them and put so much faith and hope into them. And yet, every single time they even get slightly up and like everyone starts getting excited about what they can produce with all the players they have, it just happens again.
I don't know how to help it. I don't know.
Like, I
Physically,
hate it.
don't know.
It
That's a
actually
bad
hurts
one.
me because I don't hate Carlton. I really like Carlton.
Me too.
They just can't. They can't do it. It hurts to watch. Like, really hurts to watch.
I just feel for the fans. I feel for the people, and I just hope that whatever it is, there's a hoodoo that's got to be broken. And if there's a game to do it, it's next week against the Pies at the G.
If Carlton can beat Collingwood next week, they will play finals. Because I think that's what is happening right now. Is that they are so in their own heads about how good they need to be. And now that they're pretty much at the bottom of where they possibly can be right now, like they've lost a lot of games now, they are at the bottom of their thing. If they can force a way to break through the mental barrier they have in their head right now and beat Collingwood, they will be fine. And they will fly through the rest of the year. But they have a lot of work to do.
They do. But the thing is, they've got that draw. If they can scab a win or two, that'll be beneficiary for them over a big side like Collingwood, like a Melbourne down the track or whoever. Then that draw is going to come in handy and they will play finals.
They don't need to worry about percentage. They just need to win games.
Yep.
Percentage isn't the thing. It's winning games now. They have to.
And you can beat up all you like on a West Coast or a North or a Hawthorn. When it comes down to it, if you're playing against a team like the Dogs, who ever since that you've told them they're bad, have become good, you've just got to win these games. And they did it.
No.
But they didn't do it. The Bulldogs
This is
did.
that other game I was talking about with that elimination final feeling. It was they had to win this game.
And they did. And Anthony Scott, hey, sexy name, Anthony. Yeah. Kicked 3 goals. And celebrated every single one of them like I would.
I love it.
Through Anthony.
Big. Went
big. Big. He's a big, strong Anthony. Where's the 28 as well, which is kind of good looking on a Guernsey.
I like the 28 as well. I'm a fan. It just looks nice and I don't know.
If you were to pick a top 3 of numbers, what would it be?
Number 11. Number 3. And number 18.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. But the 11 is specific and it can't be too close together. They have to be the right.
Are you having a big gap in between or a little gap?
Not a little gap. You want like a big enough gap. Because I think it's Collingwood, maybe, that have a really weird looking one.
Western Bulldogs have a close one.
Yeah, no, I don't like them. I like when they're like slight, like Hunter Clark's. Good.
Oh, yes.
Hunter Clark's got a good 11.
He does. See, if I had to pick, I'd go 10, 33,
Okay.
16.
Yeah, okay.
Because I just think they're just pulsating numbers.
Yeah. You could put a 23. You could put a 23 in that as well.
No, it reminds me of Brad Symes, and I don't like him.
I just think 23's got that aura about it. Like, it's 23 is like the big...
it's got a Brad Symes aura about it. Shut up. No. Okay. Who's a big 23 then? Justin
Lance Franco.
Kaczynski.
Lance Franklin.
No, come on. We Justin Kandinsky around here. Or Dylan Williams. Why does that make me
Oh.
laugh?
Oh, Dylan Williams. You funny man.
Dylan Williams. Who's number 23 at Carlton and the Western Bulldogs? The Dogs
23
don't have
is Wiedering, no?
Yeah, 23 is Wiedering for the Blues, and they didn't have a 23 for the Dogs playing.
Fair enough.
It's just a bit of interesting. I think I'm sick of that game now. But well done, Dogs. Bad luck, Carlton. Get your form right, and we'll be back on you.
Yep.
Next game. Now, I know you didn't watch majority of this.
No, I had to miss a lot of this, which, okay.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just mainly your first quarter. I mean, just for those that didn't know, the Crows won by 52 points at the Adelaide Oval. Happy Mother's Day.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, like, you look at the rest of the game, after the first quarter, we kicked 9 goals, they kicked 13, which is obviously they were better than us, but it's not, like, that much kind of thing. Yeah, just, I didn't, watch it. I was, I'd have, stuff on today, and I couldn't really watch any of it. But when, the parts that I did watch, we just looked really slow. And, our whole thing is, defending, and then once we have the ball, we need to attack and attack fast, and we just weren't doing that. We were just slowly moving the ball up and turning it over, and
it was real slow. It was real slow.
It was really shit. I think we were trying to combat Adelaide's fast-moving attack by trying to just slow the game down ridiculously, but I think we didn't realize that we also needed to be fast to win games, because if it's slow, we also don't win. So it's well and good to stop the other team, but you also need to make sure you're playing to your own strengths a little bit as well.
Yeah, and it didn't happen. I think that first quarter definitely showed that, and probably late in the last quarter. But it's just gonna Anthony Caminiti kicked 2 goals.
Hammer.
But there was one thing I saw.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I talked about how Anthony is a stupidly sexy name, with Anthony Scott kicking 3 beautiful goals. Anthony Caminiti may as well get rid of the name Anthony with the performance he put out when he was trying to. He was in 2 minds.
He had no idea what he was trying to do.
And he's laced out a Crow. Well, he didn't really lace him out. It was an inside shank kick?
Tumble punt. Yeah.
Actually, no, he can keep the Anthony name. That's a real good. Tumble punts are exclusive to us.
Exactly what happens.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. Play on.
Awful.
But yeah, no,
whatever. I don't know about us, man. We're just weird. We're a weird team.
I just really hope it's not like last year.
I just get this
Or
bad
the year
feeling it
before.
is.
Or the year before. Well, Max King's back.
I was gonna say we get King back. And also I got my tip right. So
Oh, you bastard. I'm never backing your mob again.
Oh, don't. That's
No.
a tried,
that was the
tried and
jinx.
true. Tried and true nature. Never tip us.
I backed with my heart, like you said. But looks like I've got to learn to be a pessimistic fuck from now on.
It was Adelaide and Adelaide. I was never gonna tip against them.
Yeah, no, that's fair. No, I rate that. It's all good.
Yeah.
Collingwood GWS, probably the game that was the most expected.
Yeah, this is about exactly what was gonna happen, I think. Collingwood just do what they need to do.
My man Jesse Hogan back with another 3 goals. Stick that one up there. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for me, he'd be missing by now. But he's continually kicking goals.
I just saw Collingwood had 7 players kick 2 or more goals. It's pretty impressive.
They did. Can I just say that Mason Cox? I really, really like him, but very punchable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But also, I thought about this before. The video is going to come out on the Inner Sanctum soon. Forwards video that we do. I mentioned Mason Cox. He's not in it. He's not one of the duos. But I mentioned how Mason Cox is one of the more important players to Collingwood. And I feel like when he plays, it makes them a lot better. And he actually is a lot better than people give him credit for. Suck that. Look at how good he played.
Hey, Luke Jackson. Did you hear JT what he just said? Fuck that. Finish him off. That's not going anywhere near content, I don't think. You know what? Stuff it will, because I don't care.
It's fine. Yes.
Yeah. No, look, GWS probably away from home, come up against the best team in the comp. Was going to happen.
That's how it is.
I'm not going to take away anything from that. They fought really well for 3/4, I thought, though.
Yeah, absolutely. They like they're not a bad like they're 15th at the moment. I don't think they're a 15th side. Like
No.
every team from like 11th through to 15, like the 11 through 15 teams are all like the same when you look at them. Gold Coast,
Yeah.
Freo, Richmond, Sydney, GWS. They're all like really the same.
But I think the way that Richmond and Freo played on the weekend,
They could definitely
probably, yeah, from 14th up, they're a sniff. And Gold Coast,
cheeky.
Stewie
Mm.
Jew, they are due.
They are due.
They are due. They are a bit of a Stuart Jew. He looks really good from the bench as well. There's something
Yeah.
about coaches on benches. For me,
Ken's still doing it. Is Ken still doing it now? Like even
I
in
don't know if he
Tassie?
did it on the weekend. I would
I didn't
assume
see
he
it.
did.
Yeah, because he's made it a thing now.
But we don't lose when he's on the bench.
Exactly.
And also, we don't lose with Dylan Williams in the side. He's never lost a game while playing for Port. So there's a little fun fact to take away.
Something in that.
There is. He plays next week.
Every week.
And Ken coaches from the bench every week. Maybe Ross should try that.
Maybe. That's some good superstition stuff. Speaking of superstitions.
Oh, we've had 11 episodes, and that's for the first time you've done a segue.
And I fucking nailed it too.
Yeah,
Superstitions.
You have done very, very well. We asked a very, very late question.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
What? Shut up. What are some of the weirdest footy habits and superstitions you've ever witnessed? Could be, some you've seen in the AFL, some of your teammates around your local club, or some of your own. I'm going to ask you this question firstly, before we go around the glass table. What are some of yours?
Let's just we'll go through ours first. Mine, like, I'm not superstitious in like those kind of things. What I do is my pre-game, like what I wear to the game, has to be like a certain thing. So I'll always wear my footy socks. Like I'll put them on when I'm here, and then I go like my footy shorts, and then I put trackies over my footy shorts, and then my training top and like a jumper if I need it, or whatever. And then if it's too hot, I just won't wear the trackies. But it always has to I have to leave the house in my footy socks, my footy shorts, and like my training top. That's what I have to go to the game in, kind of thing.
Interesting.
And then like
It's kind of
I'll
cute.
I'll just slowly lose layers as we get towards the game.
Just a stupid, sexy superstition. Or in some other words, fantasy, but we won't go there. I just picture you walking a runway.
Please
and
don't
then
fantasize me tripping myself. It's an image for the audience.
Yeah, so if you're sitting there and you just see JT walking into his footy club, and then every time it's just, well, there goes a jumper. There goes one shoe,
Trackies.
the other shoe. Oh,
Airway
the
trackies.
Do you wear the trackies with the Velcro just so you can rip them right off?
Just the fucking terror. Throw them in the crowd.
That's when you get the calf roller out and really get the veins pumping. So you just
Fucking calf
showcasing.
roller is good. Calf roller is gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, that underrated footy equipment.
The roller is probably my favorite thing to put in the footy bag. I like open the bag when I get to footy. I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Also, mine are spoils. I pack them.
They come with you from home.
Yeah. I don't even buy. I organically grow them
Yeah, of course. Makes sense.
out of my hand.
What are your superstitions?
Mine. I don't really. I've done this since I came back to playing footy in 2019. So I've always had the same breakfast, which will be toast, yogurt, and a banana. That's the three things. And then on the way to the game, because when you play A grade, you play late, mate. So you've got a bit of time.
Of course, yeah.
So I always get a Macca's coffee.
Yep.
And I always buy a purple and a blue Powerade.
Both.
Yes. One's for before the game and the blue one's for after.
Okay.
Don't know why, but I do. And then when I rock up wherever it is, the last song that has to play before I get out the car is Fall Out Boy Champion.
Okay. Yeah.
It worked through 2019. We went undefeated and won a flag. So ever since, I've just done it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Doesn't work at the moment because we're 0-4, but that's okay. That's
We'll get there.
okay. But yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, fair enough.
It works. Some of the people around the glass table, though, have some interesting ones.
What have you got? What one piques your interest?
I really liked Damo Supercoach. Had a mate that I used to play with who would go and stand with his face centimeters away from the wall for a few minutes before running out. Said it cleared his mind, so playing all he thought about. Now, I just picture a man intensively staring at a brick wall.
I can imagine him just like losing his mind, just like
He's just
grimacing,
what kind of brick is it?
just shaking.
Just
It's
all
pumping.
tense, just vein is out. It looks like that meme with the kid in the class with the vein just coming out. Just the intensity of that. It's exquisite.
That's so
I
good.
love it. You?
That's so good. I love Jacko's. So he said his former skipper used to throw up in the warm up every week before every game. I know a guy that did that as well, but sometimes it would be on the ground. Like we'd run out and he'd be like standing at the other half back and he'd just start throwing up. And I'm like, dude, what is going on?
I mean, next to the opponent doing it.
Good plan.
That's
then
real.
his other one,
That's scamming the shit out of me.
yeah, his other one is that for himself, he flat out refused to wash his socks during the season, his footy socks. I could not think of anything worse than not washing my footy socks during the season. Sorry, Jacko.
When it comes to clothing, mate,
I need to wash
you
my
gotta
socks.
wash it. Just wash everything,
Especially the socks.
especially white shorts.
Yes.
Because if
Yes.
I'm rocking up looking like I shat myself,
Not fun.
not a good look. Especially if you take your clothing off one at a time, like you would. Like imagine revealing the white shorts and they're just not white.
Fucking mud all over him. Yeah, literally.
Big night, mate. Brando has one. That
Yep.
one where Boomer Harvey used to scratch all of his toes before he put his socks on pre-game.
Boomer Harvey's a weird cat.
No, I think he's a weird kangaroo.
Oh, fuck off. That's good.
Thanks, mate.
What do we got?
Very
Oh,
weird.
Tori's is She Must Listen to the Checkers remix of the Carlton theme song, which is a banger, by the way. Fucking
It is.
slaps. But
Should be
she said,
theirs
make it
before
known.
the room.
Make it known she's not listened to it in a few rounds this year, and Carlton are bad. So
Carlton bad because of Checkers.
I think what she's saying is she needs to listen to the Checkers theme song.
That's more of a personal realization than.
But yeah, I was going to say, I think she's having a mental breakdown halfway through this tweet because she was like, "Shit, it's my fault. Carlton's losing this game."
The enter space between the top line and the bottom line is the realization.
She's like, "Fuck." Oh my god, we're losing all the games because of me.
I like this one from M. We had a bird called Power when I was young. Bought her after we won the grand final.
Yeah.
Before each match, we cleaned her cage to make sure we would hopefully win. I like that.
I like
Fresh,
that too.
clean, ready to go
Yeah,
for each game.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
Any more you see you like?
Nothing really. I was thinking myself for like an AFL one at the start of this year. Every time I wore the St Kilda scarf, I had to, even if I wasn't the thing, I had to like be wearing a St Kilda scarf because we were winning, and I was like, this is what I need to do. And then it was working for a while, and then as soon as we lost to Collingwood, fucking gone out the window.
Yeah, well, that was yeah. No,
Yeah.
Rate that. No, I used to do the same thing with it would be every time we win a game, I would wear it to the next game, the same outfit.
Yeah.
And if it worked, then I would continue on.
Oh,
and the
then you swap
Guernsey
whenever you
would
lose,
never be washed. So like I'd wear like a jacket, Guernsey over the top, t-shirt, whatever, pants. It would be the same outfit. And then as soon as we lost, it would be a completely different outfit the next time.
Yep, that makes sense.
Weird things we do as supporters.
There we go.
So that's around the glass. I really like that topic. That was all because Matt Rao decided to chew lawn grass.
Yeah, that was why we did it. What a strange thing to do.
It's weird that they record him doing it and you just zoom in on him just munching away.
Yeah, odd. Have you heard that one about Cody Waitman?
No.
Where did I hear this? Might have been Kira. I think it's at uni. Cody Waitman. So Marvel Stadium, there's a bridge that you like drive, like that's like you can see the Marvel Stadium sign.
Yep.
Every time he crosses this bridge, he has to touch the roof of the car that he's sitting in.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she
Yeah.
told both of us. You have to touch the roof of the car that he's sitting in.
And then does he pull down his shorts like he did in the game against the Port? I'm game ready, boys.
We're ready to go. Let's go kick 4.
That's
That's
not
good.
overly sexy to picture, but I'll tell you what is sexy. It's Indigenous round next week. And you know what
it
we're
is.
going to do? Stupid, sexy Indigenous round Guernseys.
Stupid, sexy.
AFL players. Yes, we're skipping the players for now. They can have a rest for the week.
Yep.
Pulling out the jumpers. We've picked 3 each that we
Mhm.
think are our favourites, or just nice. And I think we go through them.
Yep. So we're basically, all are fantastic. We love the look of each and every one. And
Yes.
full credit, I love this. And I love that some of the clubs have gone home and away designs. So that's going to be really cool. But honourable mention for me, I'll start. The D's.
I'm
The
going to say
long
this is going to
sleeve?
be mine too. Yeah.
The long sleeve with the light blue. Oh my God, I might buy
That
one.
flash
just for myself.
jumper with the light blue and the long sleeve is so attractive.
It's stupidly attractive. I feel like
Stupidly sexy.
I don't want to rip it off. I just want to put it on.
Please put it on me. Oh, we're getting real good at this.
Put it on top of me. Let it slip on.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me get in my long sleeve. All right. So in the third place for me is the Hawks.
Yep.
Love that design. One of the first ones to come out, and I think it just, I don't know, it just brings out. I'm not going to get too technical, but just color wise, I love the obviously the gold, and then you got the brown design. It's just not overly done. It's simple, but it stands out, and I think it's beautiful.
Perfect. I like that one too. My one in the similar sort of vein of like the gold and stuff. I've always really liked the West Coast colors, like the royal blue and the yellow. West Coast jumper this year is fucking fantastic.
Chef's
Gorgeous.
kiss.
Chef's kiss. That eagle that's underneath the circle is beautiful. The gold with like the blue, like on the like all around it is just unbelievable to look at. It's just a really nicely designed jumper. So West Coast, you're in my third spot because I love that one a lot.
Yeah, really, really like that. It's underrated, I reckon. Some people.
Yeah,
probably...
no one's talking about it. It's very good.
Number 2 for me is St Kilda. Now, when I saw this, I pretty much almost bought one for myself. It was hot. Like this thing was hot. Like hot off the press, like sandwich press hot. Like I'm
Hot.
talking hot spelt HAWT. Like that's
hot.
That's
Hot. Yes.
Hot.
Agreed.
Yeah, I really like the design. I think and I love the yellow.
Yeah.
It's
So-
stupidly sexy.
It is stupid sexy. My
Did
number
you know?
two.
Hang on, before you
No.
say your number 2, did you know that STK for St Kilda stands for Stupidly Kilda?
Now I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look at the logo every time and just think stupidly Kilda.
Stupidly Kilda. Stupidly St Kilda.
Football
Stupidly
Kilda
sexy
football
St Kilda.
Mm.
Anyway, I don't know what that was. It was actually genuinely terrible. What's your number 2?
Club. My number 2 is the St Kilda jumper.
Stupidly Kilda.
Yeah, stupidly Kilda. No, it's really hot. We're one of the few teams that we've actually changed like one of our primary colors to fit this kind of thing. Like we don't have any white on this jumper, so like a lot of teams will just do what they have with the color. But I like the fact that we changed it also because it's like a bit of history as well. So it's obviously the Aboriginal flag colors, which is amazing. The thing as well is that we were red, yellow, and black for like 10-ish years during the First World War, up between 1915 until like 1922 or something like that, because Germany colours were red, white, and black, and we didn't want to associate. So we went to red, yellow, and black, and then went back to red, white, and black. So it's a bit of like everything in that. It's the Aboriginal flag. It's a bit of heritage with an old jumper, and it just looks really good. So love it.
It's stupidly sexy.
Stupidly sexy.
Yeah, like if you were to put a Guernsey behind number one, it'd be this one. Speaking of number one,
Yes.
and this was announced pretty much 20 minutes prior to us recording this, and instantly I've dropped my pen. That's how excited this was for me. It was Port Adelaide.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but teams have gone the bird design this year. Quite a few of them, Essendon, one of them as well. But it's the black, white, and teal on a Guernsey. And this is hot. But H-O-T, hot. Capitals. Or if it was Judson Clarke, it'd be Jot.
Callbacks. Oh shit.
This thing's gonna get so much money pumped in. And I love how teams like do other merch, like hoodies, scarves. Like this thing's gonna be worn twice this year.
Big fan.
Yeah, I just want to get on the shop and buy it now.
Hot. H-O-T, hot.
Jot.
Jot.
What's your number one?
My number one, this team is constantly just making banger jumpers. The GWS Giants. I love this jumper so much, and I don't even know how to explain why. I just love it. Like, it is so hot. It just looks so good. I love the pattern. I love just the way it looks. I think I like the orange a lot. I think I'm a really big fan of the orange. I just love the way it looks, like the white on the outsides and then mixed with the orange and the black in the middle is fucking gorgeous. So Giants do have my number one spot because that is a really good looking jumper.
Yeah.
Like, really good looking jumper.
Yeah, and I'm not being biased, but if Port didn't release theirs until after this, yeah, they'd probably be my number one. Actually, no, they wouldn't. St Kilda would be number one. Hawthorn would be number two, but they'd be in there. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're in there somewhere.
Yeah.
If there was a top five,
Giants are in there.
Big sound from the Guernsey side of the town. So that is, yes. If you're listening, let us know what your thoughts on the Indigenous Guernseys are. I think we're contemplating doing the full 18 ranking.
Yes.
So that will just depend on how we feel.
Time.
Time. For those not, that's Tim, but with an E on the end. Tim.
Just in case you didn't know how to spell it.
We're educational here at the glass table.
Oh, we're just really good at it.
Yeah, we're just good.
We're just good teachers. Really good teachers.
Is that the second week in a row we haven't made a really cruel, disgusting joke in stupid sexy AFL players?
No, we made a cruel one last week. Saturated Tim Taranto.
I would saturate Port's Guernsey. Yep, there you go. I hit the status quo.
Yeah, no, you're right. We had a KPI. Yeah, we had a KPI to meet, and we got it.
There's one. Luke Jackson's hit yours, and I've hit mine.
Oh man.
Oh boy. You know that? What was the game? Is it Tekken or something? Finish him. Hang on. Actually, come to think of it, your name's obviously Jared Thomas, JT. Do you reckon? Let me finish off.
Yes.
Do you reckon it was actually supposed to be HT, but they stuffed up with the J?
Harry
Thomas.
Harry. My name was meant to be Harry, but they actually added the D.
That's why it's JARRYD. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, the Y's.
I don't know how you get the D. I don't know how you get the D there. Oh well.
Maybe you slipped.
Yeah.
Round 10.
There we go.
Round 10. Okay, this is the big business.
Yes.
Port Adelaide versus Melbourne to kick us off. Who are you tipping?
Oh, it's a big game, won't it? I'm going to tip Port. Adelaide Oval. Yeah. Adelaide Oval. Port are in good form. Melbourne, while they were good against Hawthorn, they had those patches where they kind of faded a little. So I'm going to go with Port.
If you do the thing I did this week with St Kilda with Port next week, I am flying to your house and beating the living shit out of your head. Because I do not want to lose this game, Harrod.
No, understandable. Understandable.
I'm tipping Port too, but obviously I have to. It's at home,
Yeah.
but there's no key forwards for Port. This is the only thing that scares me.
I did forget about that. Ollie Lord is going to kick 9.
Oh, Lord. That's a
Oh,
thought.
Lord.
Oh, Lord. North Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah,
Even though
I'm
Sydney are
going-
bad,
They're
they're
not as
better than
bad
North.
as North.
Yeah,
North
better
are
than North.
terrible. The Dogs and Crows. Hello.
Adelaide look really good today,
Mm.
but the Dogs aren't bad
Mm.
anymore. And it's at Mars Stadium, and they actually play okay there.
Oh, Ballarat.
Yeah,
Oh, that changes everything.
I actually am. I'm going to tip Adelaide because I think their forward line's going to be too much for the Dogs.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm tipping Adelaide as well.
Yep.
Freo Cats.
Why am I kind of contemplating this?
I know. I
Yeah,
know.
right.
I know. It's over in Perth.
Yeah, that's what. And Freo are in okay form.
Yes. Now the
And
Cats might get
Geelong's-
some players back though. That's the only thing.
And I feel like Jeremy Cameron's not going to let himself have 2 bad games in a row. No, I'm going the Cats.
Yeah. Cats.
Rough.
Far out. Lions Gold Coast.
Just some pretty good games this round. I'm going to go with Brisbane because
The
of the
Q-Clash.
Gabba. Yeah, I'm going to go with Brisbane at the Gabba because I just trust them at the Gabba more than pretty much any other team anywhere. So I'm going with Brisbane, but this could be another one of those really good Q clashes.
I'm tipping the Gold Coast.
Cool. There we go. We needed a
It's
separation
it's
somewhere.
it's it's the scalp. This is the one. I've
Yep.
been wanting it. Stuart G is going to get his scalp. He's going to get the Brisbane at the Gabba, and we're going to
Imagine if-
celebrate.
Imagine this year, like Gold Coast don't make finals, but they've beaten Geelong and Brisbane. Like,
Oh,
fuck
I don't want another thought.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
And then Dreamtime at the G, Essendon, Richmond.
Oh.
Yes, see, this is the thing. I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm also concerned. How do they go against each other? Have they got a? It doesn't say.
I can look it
I'm
up
gonna
for you if you
go
like.
with. I'm gonna go with Richmond.
I think Richmond have won the last 5 or 6 of these.
I'm gonna go with Richmond.
I can show you the form
Richmond-
right, actually.
Richmond play well in big games. Like they play pretty good in like the marquee games. I know with Richmond.
They've won the last 3 that I can see.
Yeah.
Can't go any further back. Yeah, I've won the last. I'm gonna tip. Yeah, I think the Tigers. Because there's something about seeing Richmond just back that makes me like footy a little bit more.
Yeah, they're just a good team to watch sometimes when they're good.
Yeah, like last week against the Cats. It was just there was this passage of play where it was just chaos. Like there was soccer, there was tap on, there was just tackling, and finally got the clean hands, and then Dusty kicked the goal in the end. Like that was vintage. Oh,
I've just seen
I've
what the next
just-
game is too. Yeah.
oh my! No one's watching it.
No one will be
No.
there. No one's gonna watch it.
No, I don't care about it.
No.
Would we get ridiculed if we don't even tip it to show how much irrelevant this game is?
Who cares?
Should we
Okay.
just award each other a tip each?
Yep.
For the sake of this game.
Yep. Gentlemen's agreement. We don't want to watch it, and I won't.
Should
So,
we?
no.
All right, so we'll just high five it. There we go.
Nice.
I don't know if that just connected. That's anyway.
Maybe.
That was Good. Stuff it. I've crossed that out. I
Yes,
don't want to see that
ignore that
game.
one. Yep.
Oh, thank God this round's been saved. Carlton v Collingwood.
Ooh.
Okay. Hear me out. I've said it the last 2 weeks that I'm going to give them one more go.
Are you going to do it?
This is my final straw. I'm
Yeah,
going to
that's
back this team in. And they've been heavily ridiculed and they constantly always let me down. But not this week. I'm tipping Collingwood.
When you got halfway through that and you weren't saying the name, I was like, he's going to tip Collingwood.
No, actually, I'm tipping Carlton. I genuinely think
Yeah?
Carlton are going to win this game.
Okay.
This is the game. This is the one. I'm being serious. This is the one. Jared? Harrod? Gary?
Gary?
Nice, Gary.
Is it bad
Mm.
that I also want to tip Carlton?
No. Let's ride this together.
Let's write it because we had a real heartfelt, emotional cry for help for this
Spill.
Carlton Football Club and its fans and it's everyone.
And
We've
they
put our heart
support
and
us.
soul on the line for this Carlton fan base, and Carlton fan base is probably second to Port in our viewership. So
Yep.
we've grown a lot of attachment to this football club over time. I'm going to tip Carlton as well.
I'm backing these boys in. And you know what? It's going to be the likes of
One
Critch
more
with 30 and 3. It's going to be Kerno kicking 5. Harry's
Harry
kicking a
kicks
set
the
shot
ball.
straight. Harry
Harry
ball,
makes connection
ball
with the ball.
big sticks. Hazard. Big
Harold.
sticks.
Oh boy.
All right, we're doing it. We're backing Carlton in.
Backing Carlton in. Yeah.
Hashtag go the Blues.
Baggers.
All of go the Baggers. Oh, hello.
Hello, us.
GWS
40 times
versus
slot,
St
baby.
Kilda. They're back at Giant Stadium.
We should win this realistically.
And if Max
tipping
King
us.
plays, yes.
I'm tipping us. Even if Max King doesn't play us, we should win this. But knowing us, we won't. But I'm tipping us. Yeah.
Nah, back in. I'm tipping St Kilda.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's
There you
that's
go.
our round 10 tips. All 8
Yeah.
games, because there's a 9th in there that we don't care about.
Doesn't exist. No.
And I don't even apologise to Hawthorn or West Coast fans. You're generally terrible. I don't want to watch you.
No, it's bad. It's tough to watch.
Not even tough to watch when you don't watch it.
No, I was gonna say it won't actually be tough to watch. It'll just be a game that's there. So
Congratulations. Oh well.
that's on your tip, right? So
And that's about it. That's round 10. That's episode 11.
Yep.
Anything to say before we go?
no, but Carlton fans, if you're still here, if they lose again, swear to God, man.
I don't want to lose you guys, but generally, if you lose this week because of our tips and our situation that we're currently, there's beer on the line here.
There's a lot of beer on the line.
There is.
And I know, I love how we're putting all the faith on them beating the top teams. We're like, if you don't beat the best team in the competition right now, I swear to God.
I believe the hype. I believe the hype. I'm all there. I want to see it. And you know what? Stuff Collingwood. I mean, they just intimidate Port Adelaide. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, get a grip.
Yep.
By the way, did you see the banner for GWS? I forgot to bring it up before.
I know, I was going to say, the Ant banner.
Yeah, it was my banner. I sent it in. I was like, oh,
The
dear
Ant.
Adam Kingsley and GWS family. How you going? Big fan. Love your work.
Yeah.
I think you could do this for the banner.
And there it is.
And there it is. And even still, Port Adelaide won 2 games this weekend. So
Good on them. That's how they're
well done,
fourth.
the pair. We are carrying the AFL at the moment.
First and fourth. Fucking Jesus.
Come on. Anyway, that's episode 11. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you follow the socials, follow JT and I, get around it. And yeah, we're going to be back next week with round 10.
Hopefully a few tips are right.
Can't the Blues?
The Blues.
Can't the Blues? Can't the fucking Blues?
Oh, Blues.
Come on, Blues.
Flip it.